So in this second video, I'm going to show you how to print a tag or label. Now, you don't necessarily have to do this straight away, which is why I've made a second video for you. You might design your label, save it with a name, and in this hang tag example, you might design one layout for your hang tags and then go and change the content of that and save multiple layouts, each with a different name, with each of the plants that you plan on selling. Once you've done that, then you're ready to go into step 2, which I'm going to show you how to do in this video, which of course is printing each of those labels. So in this example, I'm actually going to go back to the front and print the front only, imagining I had a single-sided tag in this case, but it could be labels because labels are of course single-sided, being adhesive. But also, you can of course print double-sided, and the new software allows you to print front only or back only as well. So once you have your design ready and open on screen exactly how you want it, go up and hit print. From within print, you'll get a few default settings here. Check that this is the printer you want to use and that this is the tray you want to use. Obviously, most of you will be working with Oki printers, so you can print on any printer. It's just the Oki printers work best for this software. So this is the name of my Oki printer, and this is the multi-purpose tray. I find it's best to print from the multi-purpose tray because of course you can control how much paper's going in, how it's lined up, things like that. But you can of course print from any printer or any tray you want. You'll just have the least issues if you stick with the Okis and the multi-purpose tray. Once again, you can control things like, as I said, which page to print, so I'm going to hit front only. You can control the resolution. I like 300 to make it nice and crisp, but you can pick any resolution you want. Just note if you pick a lower one, it's not necessarily going to save toner or anything like that. It's just going to make your images look less sharp. So you can always go all the way up to 600 if you want a really good quality print, but 300 will suffice. You've got printer options. If you're not happy with those details, you come in here and this is where you change them. As I said, the key thing is that you've got the multi-purpose tray, but I also like to come down here and hit heavy just to make sure it knows that the stock going through this printer is a heavier stock and it accommodates for it. As far as job options go, you can always come up here and get a nice Pro, 2400 being 1200 dpi by 1200 dpi, but as I said before, normal is 600 by 600 and we've only set it to 300, so that's going to be fine. And once again, your automatic color will suffice. Note where it says two-sided printing, and I was only going to print the front only, but now I will do both because I want to show you how to turn the paper around the printer to get things to line up. Don't come down here and select short or long edge, telling it you're doing two-sided printing with duplex. Just leave it as none, because the process we use is to print the front of all the pages, whether you're putting a single page in or 50 pages at once, and then turning them all over and printing the back of the same number of pages. This we find works best not just with the Oki printers, but to allow everything to line up perfectly rather than using the duplex function. So make sure that's always set to none. And one other thing I should draw your attention to, never ever click toner save, because of course when you click toner save, it does just what it says and saves your toner, and you will not get a nice printout. So if you've checked your settings and you're happy with all of them, click OK. Click OK. Don't forget here to put the quantity. Now I've got 1 here. If I up it to 2, you'll see I get told which stock I need to use. So once again, this will identify it for you if you don't already know, and how many sheets of that stock. So I'm going to up it to 4 because it's still only going to be 1 sheet, but I can see it printing out 4 times. You can go to your print preview and that'll show you how it's going to line up 4 times. Ignore the fact that the print preview might seem closer to the edge than it actually is here. It is just a preview. It is not going to have measurements and everything perfect for you. What we're looking for is how the print actually comes out. So check our layout options. You'll find there's default numbers here, front page left and front page top, and back page top and back page left. This is to allow you to align anything you need to on your printer if you're not using an Oki or if you're not using a printer that lines up perfectly to the specs we've put in. The specs we've put in are the ones the Oki responds to best, but if your printout comes out and it's 1 mil slightly too far up or down, or 1 mil slightly too far left or right, don't think you have to be satisfied with a tag that is less than perfect. come in, adjust your measurements here and here and here and here, and then all you need to do is hit print again and you'll get it lined up exactly how you want to. The best thing is that after you've done this, don't forget to hit save, because we've put in the settings that we believe will work best for you. However, once you hit save, if your settings are slightly different, they'll save permanently in your design for you. So I'm pretty happy with how this is looking, so I'm going to put print. Remember, I'm setting it to both because I want to see how it lines up on the front and the back. When you hit print, it'll send it through to the printer, and don't forget that it comes up and it says, please wait until the side of your design's print. When completed, refeed the sheets to print side 2 back and then press OK. In other words, I'm going to show you now how to print the first page, and then we're going to come back to the computer and we're going to click OK in order to print the second page. So here we are at the printer, and I'm going to show you how to turn it on, feed your paper through and get the result you want. So you'll see over here there's an on-off switch. To switch the printer on, push here and get ready for it to make a little bit of a noise. Once your printer has, of course, booted up, it will be ready to print your file. And you can see how quickly your first page has come out. Now note in this example, I've just used standard paper to show the print process. You'll be using the actual stock. To re-put the paper into print on the other side, make sure it is upside down and make sure that the top of your page is what goes in first into your printer. Now that we're happy with how our first page is printed, we hit OK, so we can see how the second page prints. When you click the OK button on the screen, if you don't get to the printer quickly enough, it'll sit in the queue. If it sits in the queue, all you have to do is press the online button on your printer and it will start picking it up again. And then you'll find what you have is a lovely printed front page and a lovely printed back page lining up exactly how you want them to. As I said, usually you would do this in the correct stock, but for the sake of this demonstration, I've done it on thinner stock so you can see how things line up. Also, if anything ever goes wrong, don't forget you have a cancel button on your printer as well. Thank you for watching this video, and feel free to check out further videos if you'd like to know more advanced functions than just designing and printing, such as how to use a wizard to populate a template or how to use data source to populate a template.